Yeah, I could really see myself using this for an everyday mic, especially like with
no problem. No problem.
All right, so this is honestly my first video back making any sort of review. I'm probably gonna have a couple other videos out before this one, but yeah, this is the first one back. Feels a little bit weird, to be honest. A lot has happened, changed, but you know, wanted to start making videos again. It's been a while, but I'm gonna make a full video about that, talking about pretty well everything that kind of transpired and happened over the course of the past 5 months. I think I haven't made a video in probably 4 months. So yeah, but anyways, today we got this thing. It is the Ampli-Tank podcast microphone by Fifine, the K688. It also does have an XLR, USB, all that fun stuff. I'm gonna open this thing up and then we'll switch over to it and we could kind of hear a little bit more how it sounds. I also have this mic. It's by Moano, something like that. And then there's like Fifine. All these mics have weird names. But anyways, let's open this thing up and then we'll switch over to it. All right, so this thing's super easy to set up. I guess it says you should have it about 2 to 6 inches away from your mouth when speaking into it. It does come with a USB-C connector. There's a mute button on it that's just like a little touch button, which is pretty sweet. It just turns red as soon as you're not using it, which is dope. Green when it's in use. There is mic monitoring and a volume adjustment there for your headphones, and also just for when you're talking into it, if it sounds too loud and you're peaking or whatever, you could turn it down. So what comes in the package is a mic with a shock mount, a 8.2 foot USB-C cable to USB-C. It also comes with a 3.8 to 5.8 adapter, so you could hook it up to a mic arm, such as the one I have now here. It's pretty dope that it's this way where you speak directly into it. It kind of reminds you a little bit more of the actual podcast mics like you see on any of these bigger podcasts like Joe Rogan or whatever. I like the design of this compared to the other one that I have. And it's not as bulky with this pop mount on it. So that's great. I think this might be my new go-to mic. I'm not too sure yet though. I got to kind of hear it back. I don't have my headphones here with me to monitor it. So yeah, I'm going to sit with this for a couple days, mess around with it, and then we'll kind of come back to it and see exactly how it sounds. And I want to check it out, throw it into the editing software, check all that shit out. And yeah, we'll see how it sounds. But for right now, first thoughts. Super easy to set up. You can actually set this up to a PlayStation, computer, anything. It's just plug and play, which is really dope. You gotta love that, where you could take it out of the box, set it up, you're good to go. I've never actually used the XLR connectors before, but knowing that I have this on here, always good to know, because I have been thinking about starting a podcast, but I just have too many ideas out there to start the podcast where I don't really have a lane that I want to stick to yet. But yeah, I think that's definitely good to have for these mics, right? So I really do recommend getting a monitor arm. They're super helpful, especially if you're doing like videos like this where you need to move around. And I talk with my hands a lot, so this is good for me to be able to move around, and you know, which is really sweet. I definitely would recommend a monitor. I'm gonna keep saying monitor arm. Hey, mic arm. Super handy. But and with this mic, there's really nothing else to it, like not the pop filter. You just plug it in. There is a headphone jack in the back where you can plug that in. So even if you had that plugged into the back, you're really good to just kind of move it around. Really simple design. Really love that. And the shock mount really helps out a lot for if you are moving this thing around. You're not hearing it bouncing around, getting that background noise of things moving, right? So that helps out a lot too. Yeah, packaging is nice. Everything was packed right, proper, looks nice. Doesn't come with too much, to be honest, but it's not like you really need much else. It does come with everything you do need. As soon as you pull this out of the box, you can plug it in and you're good to go. No batteries, nothing. You're sailing. You're sailing. Yo, the build quality on this thing honestly is pretty unreal. Like, this is all metal, all of this. And really, that's kind of what you want in a mic, where it's not going to break super easy. But if you have it on a mic arm, I'm sure you're not like throwing it around and it's not getting banged around. But still, that's build quality, top notch. And I think this thing prices in at like 120, around 120 Canadian. So I think probably looking at like $100 or $90 American. So I think for like the quality of this like build, you're getting the great sound. It does have XML input. You have monitoring of your own headset in the back and your own dial to turn it up and down, right? So man, I'm pretty stoked with this thing so far. But yeah, I definitely got to check out the sound. When they say like 6 inches away from the mic, you're pretty well looking at like one of those away. But the closer you get, the better it sounds, right? The more clearer it sounds, which is all right. I don't usually use these types of mics unless I'm kind of doing a video in here. Usually kind of just use mics out, shotgun mics out on the field when I'm doing like vlogs or whatever. But yeah, those are going to be coming along really soon. I'm going to try to, yeah, just anyways, let's talk about that in the next video. Yeah, I could really see myself using this for an everyday mic, especially like with the build quality of it and being able to throw it around like this. It's great. It's great. There we go. All right, I sat with this for a couple of days. Got a haircut, if you don't notice, but yeah, and my thoughts towards this mic are pretty great. I listened back on the footage, edited that first little bit, sank it up with my footage from my R6, and honestly, it sounds really good. You do notice though, when you're a little bit farther away, you don't get I accidentally hit that button. If you didn't see that, it probably turned red. You don't get what I didn't like about it. You kind of have to be a lot closer to get the best sound, which makes sense for a podcast mic. And that kind of leads me into things that I don't like. The sound, great. The build quality, great. A couple of things that I don't like. But when you pull it out of the box, you do actually need some sort of arm or a stand or something, because it does not come with one. So that's kind of a bummer, but guess you kind of expect that with a podcast mic. Also, this is kind of a little bit more aimed towards podcasting than like YouTube like this, which is not a big deal for a lot of people that are looking for podcast mics. Like if I was to start a podcast, and I do want to, I would I'd honestly recommend this to a lot of people. It sounds really good to me, but I'm also not a nitpicker when it comes to audio. And yeah, other than just like having to be really close to get good audio, everything else I really like. So my bottom line thoughts, I'd recommend this for sure. And I'll probably be using this for my main setup. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.